If you haven't already, make sure to check out me and my older brother's comic book action movie website, bcactionmr.com. That's bcactionmoviereview.com. Link will be in the description below. Once again, bcactionmr.com. Very, very good website if you're a comic book nerd, action movie nerd, like all that. Want to get, news and updates and things like that, leaks, rumors, reviews, all that type of stuff. Make sure to go check it out. He just redesigned the website. It's looking very, very good. Props to my brother. He's been working really hard on this. And yeah, make sure you guys check it out. Would very much appreciate it. We got movie reviews, trailers, all that good stuff. So if you guys like comic book action movies, definitely check us out on there.
All right, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Bobby W223 here, and yeah, do I have your attention? Are you guys paying attention now? See the title, and for any of you guys that are already commenting and you just get into this part of the video, the first few seconds, you've already failed. I just want to say right off the bat, I don't think this game is gonna suck, just for the simple fact that me and pretty much everybody else hasn't seen real gameplay yet. But that's my whole point of this video. I just want to get you guys' attention, so I'm not trying to troll anybody, but this is a serious video. Now, I'm not saying that anybody can't be excited for this game. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being excited for a game that we've had this little information of. But anyway, I'm gonna just jump right into it. This is actually my second take because something fucked up when I was recording. I forgot to save something. But anywho, basically, what I'm getting at is I just don't understand this high level of hype and excitement for a game that we've pretty much seen and know nothing about. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being excited for a game. We all get hyped for a game. That's the whole point. And it's like I want to be hyped for the game too. I'm honestly am just not. So if there's something I'm missing, please let me know. But let me get into explain myself. This is no diss videos, no shots fired at anybody. I may say a couple people's names just as examples or whatever, but anywho, the order. Now, all we've seen visually from the game is one teaser trailer that was not gameplay. And all the information so far, at least from what I know, it's all been pretty vague. The interviews that we've, seen, from E3 when, for example, and this is one of my gripes with the game. One of the examples, the dude asked him, what type of game is it? Because we didn't see any gameplay at E3, so he's asking him, what is this, like a first-person shooter? Or is this, what is it? And he basically said it's a linear third-person action shooter game, right? Now, I don't know about y'all, but yeah. How many of those games have we seen this generation from, especially the PS3 and 360 and, even the Wii, but just this generation in general, probably, PC as well. You know what I'm saying? We've seen these linear third person, shooter games. We've seen millions of them. Not really, but we've seen a whole bunch of them. And when you say something that generic, it just makes your game just sound plain and boring. Now, does that mean the game will be plain and boring? No. For example, look at a game like The Division. Now, to my knowledge, that game's not linear, but let's say you've never actually seen gameplay of The Division, even though they have shown gameplay. But let's say you're somebody who hasn't seen any gameplay, right? And somebody was explaining to you the game, and they were just being really vague, and they said, "Oh, it's a third-person shooter." It's just gonna sound like any other game we've seen a thousand times, but the game actually does look pretty cool and looks like they're trying to do some nice stuff with it. Maybe not completely innovative, but some unique type of stuff. And this game, the order could be the same. As far as them doing some unique stuff. My thing is, how do we know this? Why are people getting this excited as if we've had all this information and we've seen all this great gameplay? And I'm gonna use Shokyo here as an example real quick. Once again, no diss. Shokyo's cool as my boy. He's a very level-headed gamer. That's why I'm using him as an example. I remember, I say maybe about a week or so ago or something like that, he made a video basically saying that he feels that a lot of gamers are losing sight of what's important when it comes to gaming. And he was he pretty much was saying that he feels that gameplay is the most important thing. And I agree 10,000%. You know, gameplay is the most important thing. That being said, once again, we have not seen any true gameplay of this game, and yet people, including Shokyo, you know, they're very hyped for this game. Which once again, there's nothing wrong with being hyped for a game. It's just that I want somebody to make me understand why I should be so excited for this game because I don't see it. I really don't. You know, maybe it's because we haven't seen a lot of AAA exclusives for the PS4 yet. So any little thing, I guess, is getting people excited. I don't know. Once again, I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. If anything, I'm making fun of myself for being a gamer and not being excited for a game. But the Order 1886 has not really scratched that gamer itch that I have yet. I'm not saying it's not on my radar, but it's definitely lower on the list. There's definitely plenty of next gen games from all three consoles that I'm way more excited for than that game. And all the games that I'm excited for, we've seen gameplay of. Maybe probably the only game I would say that we maybe really haven't seen real gameplay that I'm super hyped for is Kingdom Hearts 3. But that's because Kingdom Hearts is an established franchise, which kind of goes into my next point. The Order 1886 is a new IP. This isn't some, you know, classic franchise that's coming back or whatever like that. So it's not like we can have it's not like we have any idea based off of the past. At least with Kingdom Hearts, all they gotta say is Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out, you know, on next gen systems. And to me, that makes more sense. To me, that's more understandable to be excited because there's been other Kingdom Hearts games. We already know at least somewhat of what to expect based off of the other games. We don't know what to expect off of this, which, yeah, you could be excited off of curiosity, but the way people are talking about this game from just what I've read in comment sections and folks I've talked to on Skype, this, that, and the other, you know, Facebook, YouTube, yada yada, they're sounds excited about this game as if they played it. And I'm pretty sure the folks that I've talked to have not played this game. I'm pretty sure they haven't seen any gameplay outside that teaser trailer. And yes, I am very aware that in the Game Informer information that we heard, they did state that the graphics in the teaser trailer is supposed to be in-game graphics, which is cool, awesome. Props to Ready at Dawn. That's awesome. But once again, you know, gameplay should be the main thing that we're excited for, not the fact that the in-game graphics look so good when we haven't seen what the game is going to look like from the gameplay perspective. You know what I'm saying? I know far as some of the information that they have stated, it's going to have like a movie like, you know, filter or movie like look to it, which I find odd. Once again, using Shokyo as an example, Shok has said that he's kind of somewhat getting tired of these serious, you know, wannabe-ish movie kind of games or whatever. Which me personally, I don't have a problem with games like Beyond Two Souls and, you know, Heavy Rain or even The Last of Us. You know, it's kind of, I guess you can say, in that category as far as it being that movie-like experience. And I know that he likes The Last of Us. Once again, there's no diss. I'm using him as an example because I feel he's one of the more level-headed people in this community, and I know that he's excited for this game. But homeboy, the one Middle Eastern guy, I forget his name, but he's the director of the Order 1886, and he was the head director on God of War Chains of Olympus. And he said that it's supposed to have this kind of movie-like look to it. And I find that weird that people that don't like those kind of games are saying how hyped and how excited they are of this game when there's really been no info to get excited for, in my opinion. You know, so that's just the way I feel. I just find it odd that people are this excited for a game that's not an established franchise, and honestly is not really from that I guess that established of a developer. And that's no diss to Ready at Dawn. They are good. You know, they've shown what they can do on the PSP with games, for example, like God of War, which is an already established franchise on a handheld. Very good games, in my opinion. They're right up there, ironically, or I guess me being somewhat of a hypocrite, they are right up there with the home console God of War games. But at the same time, Ready at Dawn is not known for making home console games. They're known for making handheld experiences, like God of War was, once again, is an already established franchise. Now they're doing the complete opposite. They're making a new IP on a non-handheld, which I'm not saying that if you're a handheld developer, you just all of a sudden just don't know how to make a game that's on a home console. At the end of the day, a console's a console. I understand that, but they're moving to the big boy. Okay, this is the next gen PlayStation 4 console. This ain't no PSP or even a Vita for that matter, you know. And this isn't from an established franchise that has an established formula to work off of. They're making a new IP that we never seen before, you know. But from the information that I have heard, it does sound cool. Sounds like it's gonna have kind of like an Insomniac-ish type of guns to it, like these kind of wacky weapons. And it sounds like you're gonna be jumping from different locations or different time periods, and the whole order is like this order that's been around for like hundreds of years. I guess it mainly takes place in 1886. That's supposed to be like a pivotal point in the game, or something like that. But this order has been around for like hundreds of years, and they've been fighting these like creatures and things like that. It sounds very interesting on paper, but I think anybody that's watching this video right now and that's listening to me can attest to uh, a game that sounded awesome on paper and had all these great elements, but then when they played it, everything just fell apart. I'm sure we've all been there at one time or another. Where we played a game and we're like, oh, this sounds so awesome, or you're gonna be able to do this, and you know all this stuff. Story sounds great, sounds cool, things that you're gonna be able to do, but then you play the game and the shit just does not work the way that you imagined it. And I'm not saying that this game's gonna be that way, but I'm just saying that as in right now, people I feel should have their hype levels lowered a little bit and their expectations lowered, just so that way, if the game ends up not being that good, at least you're not gonna be crushed as much. Otherwise, somebody please help me to understand, because I do want to be excited for the game, but at the same time I'm like, damn, we have not gotten that much information for me to be this hype. I just don't want to overhype myself for something that could just be an okay game. Out of all the games that Sony has announced or shown from their first and second party, to me Infamous Second Son has got me the most hyped, and I'm the most impressed with that. But that's because we've seen gameplay, plus Infamous is not a new IP, even though I guess this is a new character and all that shit. But either or, we've seen gameplay, and that gameplay to me was impressive. All we've seen is a teaser trailer from The Order 1886 and some vague information. But that being said, so far so good. I'm just not that hyped like some of you other guys are, which there's nothing wrong with that. If anything, I'm dissing myself for being a gamer and not being that excited. So, let me know in the comments section if maybe there's some footage or some information that I may have missed. Let me know. That being said, I'm gonna put a link in the description of some information I found. It's a few months old, so I mean everything that the guy was talking about has pretty much been said. But check it out if you haven't seen it, and I'm actually gonna play the clip if I can get it to work. After I'm through talking. Otherwise, link will be in the description to the video I'm talking about. This guy talks about the game and some information on it. And yeah, this is your boy Bobby W223, and peace out.